I am, thank you. We've heard a lot tonight about, local governments always had to make savings. We've always had these problems. And yes, I can remember nearly 40 years ago, as a young officer in a local authority, drawing up my budget in order to make savings. But that was in days when we had a lot more money to start with. In my time as a councillor here, we have ceased to have youth clubs across the county. We have ceased to have day services for the elderly across the county. Both cuts we've had to make over time. We're now in a position where we are providing virtually nothing that is not statutory. There are options for even reducing statutory services, clearly. And sorry, I lost my train of thought there. And delivering in different ways. And delivering the statutory services in different ways is what the transformation programme is all about. But people will see a difference. And one of the reasons that we are in the situation that we are now is what was very clearly identified by Councillor Smith, is that demand is increasing. The costs are increasing. The costs of the adult social care place that we purchase for our elderly people who have no means to fund their own care homes has gone up almost twice in the last 5 years, has doubled for each person. So we're not in an easy position, and it's why Cabinet, responding to Councillor's decision last time, has come up with what we feel as Cabinet is the only option open to you. Councillor Edwards said, I paraphrase Councillor Edwards, whatever we're going to do, we can't win. Never was a truer word spoken. We have looked at all the options. We feel there is no choice. The portfolio holders individually have explained why apart from Councillor Wise, their areas can't be touched. And I can assure you that Councillor Wise did not want to put forward what she did. But as you know from the papers that you've read, we set criteria and we asked officers to come up with the options that met the criteria we had set. And we are where we are. So it's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. It is a ridiculously difficult decision to make. Nobody wants to see any provision go at all. But we have to protect as many people as we can. That's our role. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Waller. Council is now voting to 25. Councillor Stevenson.
Could we have a recorded vote, please?
Sorry? What?
Oh, recorded vote,
no,
please,
it's recorded. Chair. Yes, it's going to be recorded.
Cool,
yep.
Thank you.
So I'm going to take each recommendation in turn. As the first recommendation requires a change in the Council's agreed budget, a recorded vote is required. Therefore, members must ensure their hands remain fully raised whilst individual votes are recorded. So the recommendation 1 is that Council accepts the recommendation of Cabinet and approves the redirection of funding allocated for flood management and the Climate Change Officer to Leisure Service for management of Catmose Leisure Centre. All those in favour, please raise your hands.
Thank you, Chairman.
Those against, please raise your hands.
Thank you, Chairman.
And those wishing to abstain?
Thank you, Chairman.
Okay. The result? Yep. Okay.
Thank you, Chairman. As a recorded vote is required, I will list each member in turn. Those who voted in favour: Councillor Brown, A. Brown that is, Councillor Harvey, Councillor Edwards, Councillor Chatfield, Councillor Carr and Councillor Beggy. Those who voted against: Councillor Waller, Johnson, Wise, Paul Brown, Ellison, Smith, West, Lambert, Raymond Payne, Zollinger Ball, Corby, Powell, Wilby, Farina, Payne. Those who abstained: Councillor Stevenson, Councillor Clifton, Councillor Heckles. Therefore, with 6 votes for, 16 against and 3 abstentions, the motion is not carried.
Okay, so that motion is now defeated. So we move on to the alternative recommendation. This is that the Council delegates the authority to the Strategic Director of Places in consultation with the Strategic Director of Resources, the Strategic Director for Law and Governance and the portfolio holder with responsibility for finance not to award the leisure contract and conclude arrangements regarding any financial liabilities to the Council arising from the decision. Where the total financial liabilities to the Council arising from the decision taken exceed £250,000, the Strategic Director of Places, in consultation with the Strategic Director of Resources, the Strategic Director for Law and Governance and the portfolio holder with responsibility for finance, will take a report to Cabinet seeking approval to conclude the arrangements. What's this point of information, Councillor Harvey?
Yes, could I please, on this recommendation, obviously it's coming to Cabinet if it's over 250,000. Just for a point of information, can I ask whether that will be in public or will those figures be exempt? And just for confirmation, would we know whether that would be at the point it comes to Cabinet? Would that be?
I think
exempt?
that you'll appreciate, Councillor Harvey, that it's impossible to give information either way at this point in time. You're experienced enough to realise what will determine the decision to take this in public or in private, but suffice to say this council's habitual custom has been to do as much in public as possible.
Thank you.
Okay, so that is the recommendation. All those in favour of that recommendation, please raise your hand.
Chair.
Against?
Two, Chair.
And abstentions?
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. That recommendation is therefore approved. That, I believe, concludes the business of this council meeting. The date of the next meeting is annual council, which is on Monday the 20th of May. Thank you to members and members of the public. This meeting is closed at 20:21.